Red Anchor.
84.
84.
Beat another 3-year-old, Street Cafe.
Wayne Harris rating this horse St Covered beautifully, but he won't ride him in the Cox Plate because weight for age 4 3-year-olds in the Cox Plate is 48.5. Maybe Shane Doyle will get back in the saddle, Max?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's immaterial of who gets back in the saddle. I think the Cox Plate is won by the best stayer. I don't think St Covert will be the best stayer in the Cox Plate this year.
Out the back is one of your visitors, Obsessed. They didn't get Obsessed and Obsessor confused yesterday, did they?
Well, the fact is with Obsessed, he just doesn't like Melbourne, Keith. He just will not go a yard around Melbourne, and unfortunate as it is, that is the fact of the matter.
Where do we look for the Derby winner? Do we look there, or do we look from your Spring Champion Stakes with Dane Wynn and Brave Warrior?
I do think, well, you won't see Brave Warrior. I do think Dane Wynn is, has the staying power to win the Victoria Derby, more staying power than we saw yesterday. A little bit of doubt about the quality, but when it gets closer, I think we can assess that too.
Don't give Blevick away. I didn't think he had a lot of luck yesterday, and he did tire in the straight. He may come through in the Derby. Well, here is this Toorak handicap with a 50-1 pop. How about Poetic King on the turn? Wouldn't you like to have been on at 2-1? Wasn't he just smoking a pipe?
There's something that favoured the horse hard up against the rail here yesterday. Jimmy Cassidy was, did do, as you said, smoke the
Have a look at him, have a look here, Keith. He just, with the cap, turns around and has a good long look, but he didn't look the other way.
He left the rails, which you wouldn't blame him for, because 9 out of 10 races are won in the way he rode it. But there's the winner now, Obsessed, in the colours that Cold Diesel carried.
Oppressor, Keith.
Depressor, scooting along there and giving Greg Mance the first leg of a double that he brought off those years ago with Cold Diesel, the Toorak and the Caulfield Cup.
Poetic King was beaten because of the fast early pace. They ran their first 800 metres in 46. He had a big weight. He was up there soldiering on while the other horse was having a quiet time on the fence. The brakes went against Poetic King, but I think that was one of his finest performances.
Yeah, he's a terrific horse, no question about that. And I just wonder if he'll go for the straight 6, which used to be the Gadsden or the Nissan. I still think he's better at 6 furlongs and 7 furlongs than he is at a mile.
Perhaps. Like Mahogany, though, he's a good horse.
I knew he'd mention that. Look, we've got to go to the Quick Ease, which used to be the Herbert Power. This was impressive, wasn't it, Solo Show? I love the way she scoots away here.
Yeah, she was beaten by a pretty average mare last start at Moonee Valley, which makes you wonder of the merit of this race this year, the Quick Ease, as a Caulfield Cup guide. Tour Lord ran gamely, but I don't know.
Wasn't seasoned Tour Lord. Bullwinkle was the run of the race. I can't understand Bruce getting carried away with a mare with 50 on her back. I want to bag old Rough Habit. He beats me.
I don't want to bag old Rough Habit. I just want to get it into historical context so that in 15 years' time when my son says to me, how good a horse was Rough Habit, Dad? Yeah, I'll tell him.
He should missed up and say, now there was a great race.
We'll keep the clipping of you bagging it. You'd be interested in that.
No, what I'll do, I'll say, ask Keith and Max, boy, you're going to be old by then. Caulfield Cup market, 7-2 each of 2. What's happened to Alcove? I love her. Is she...
Yes, no problem at all.
Oh, she'll win the Melbourne Cup.
The Melbourne Cup?
Oh, there's a bit of
Alcove.
She is dropping a statement today. What's he been on?
She's the Melbourne Cup winner.
She didn't run yesterday because the trainer believes she's fit enough to miss the week.
Give us your tip in the
Paris Lane, he should have won the Turnbull, and I think he should have nearly won yesterday.
At this stage, Paris Lane definitely the horse to beat.
And the Melbourne Cup market? Well, have a look at that vintage crop at 5.
Take the 5s now.
You've done a great job with vintage crop. You have done a great job with vintage crop.
If it wins, Keith, we'll take a break.
We're going for lunch. We've got a table for 2, Bruce. You're not included.
Lovely to see you in Melbourne, Max. Keith, catch you both. In fact, I'm not here next week for the Caulfield Cup, but someone else will be. A break. Paul Wade after this soccer.
Tuesday